Cream by David Firth is a masterpiece of animation, and with 24 million views at the time of this writing, people are clearly watching. And yet, nobody seems to be talking about it. What should be, in my humble opinion, a milestone what stories YouTube animation is able to tell. Talked about, broken down, and analyzed as his other work is, Salad Fingers, well, it's just not. But today, my friends, I aim to change that by fully explaining my own personal interpretation of Cream, what it means, and the brilliant ways it arrives at those answers. Of course, you should watch Cream first, but I will be explaining the story and concept here as well. And surely you should at least watch it after this video. Great works like these need audience support, so please go give it a watch. So, are you ready? Because if so, I think it's time to go a bit off script. Now, what is Cream exactly? Well, it's this kind of, they smash molecules together, and they create this cream, right? And it can fix anything. At first, it's shown to fix blemishes of the face like a regular skin cream would. But then it goes into like more detail of like amputees. It can fix their arms. It can even bring people back from the dead. Eventually, Cream goes into not just people, but it can fix crops, duplicate food, get you gold if you really wanted to. It can do a lot of things. It's pretty much the answer to anything. It's an allegory for the answer to anything. And the story involves a scientist who creates the cream, produces the cream, and then like spreads it out to the world. And the entire world is just hooked on this cream. And they use it to solve a lot of things. And that brings up a lot of philosophical questions that needs to be answered. Which, for those questions, watch this video. Well, not here, but in the description. From another YouTuber. But it is undeniably a net positive for the planet, as we see it literally planting trees and feeding the hungry. And the problem is, in the kind of the climax of the story, it's too good of a thing. It literally fixes everything, and later on, it would be duplicated. So it pretty much renders money useless. Now, I want to talk a bit about innovation. It's not really known, but it is speculated that we have the cure for things like cancer. And yet, the government, or not really even the government, but like the companies that would develop this cure for cancer aren't putting it out. Because it's a solution to a very, very expensive problem. And this is really the issue with privatized medicine and the food industry. In this world we live in, those are like the norm. And for my sake, or what I think, innovation is often the enemy of a profit. Like I said with the cancer example, treatment is very, very expensive as we currently have it, with chemotherapy, other more experimental methods, and things like that, even surgery when it comes to tumors and stuff. It's all very expensive. And they want you to be on that private insurance, pay those private medical bills, ambulances if you need those. A lot of diseases and really just problems in general just cost a lot of money. And it's because it's all privatized. I mean, even when the government controls it, it's not really a good thing either. You know, look at Canada and things like that. You have to wait like 90 days to get to a doctor's office. But, you know, I don't know the solution to that, but I would assume that the solution is not privatizing medicine. And the problem when it comes to cream and what it shows is that since it could duplicate itself, it's a solution to every problem that you can really imagine, including literally bringing people back from the dead, like I said. The people in power have a problem with it because it's rendering money useless. And these people in power are probably coming from old money. And what this kind of shows me is that creative people who are the true innovators, they come with the medical advancements, the creative advancements, artistic advancements, mathematical advancements. They're not exactly the ones in power. It's usually the people that are better at managing others, which creative people a lot of times are not. And it's the person who's able to manage other people. They have the power and they have the say. So the creative innovators aren't exactly or necessarily the ones who become rich. The ones who organize them are. It's like DJ Khaled. What does he do exactly? I know there's a lot of videos about that. And he's a producer. He's the one who gets people together. He organizes them and then brands their work under his name, DJ Khaled. I mean, he literally says his name in like every one of his songs. It's kind of obvious what he's doing there. But he's not really the one that comes up with the songs. I don't even think he makes his own beats. I could be wrong about that, but, you know, DJ Khaled ran over, I guess. But I think it's a pretty good example to show that he's not really the creative one in the process, but he's reaping the rewards. I mean, other people are rich too, like, you know, Justin Bieber and things like that. But, like, the person who's organizing them isn't doing too much, but they have the connections that make, you know, the innovations in, like, artistically, scientifically, all that possible. But they're not the true innovators. And the problem is, like I said, as money is rendered useless, these people have a huge issue with that. And they have control of the media, which is so easily controlled. I mean, it's kind of like the government, too. The people who are putting the paychecks in the pockets of the people that technically run these businesses, these governments, those are the people that are really in power. And Cream shows this by having the media do a smear campaign against Cream once the rich people realize that money has been rendered useless. And they say things like causes diseases. They question the validity of the scientist who made it, question his character in ways I won't really get into because of monetization. But it's bad ways, just rest assured. And they just, you know, they do the smear campaign. I said schmear, weird. That's funny. And they do this, and people, the masses, are so easily manipulated into believing what the private companies are saying, the companies in power. And that kind of shows this, you know, it's kind of obvious, honestly. I think we all, to some degree, have some self-awareness about what the news does to us and how it influences our base ideas. If you think about, I guess you want to go a little abstract, the collective consciousness, this network of people, we're so easily influenced by other people because we were born into a network and developed our personalities based on what other people, like our experiences with other people. Like your parents, guardians, family members, siblings, even friends. Even the person you met at the grocery store, they influenced you in such a way that you were a different person after that interaction, even in just a very small way. And it's just a network of people, because it's this network that we're so easily manipulated into believing what other people we believe are in the right is, you know, we believe what they say. I want to get a little more into that. You know, we believe that the news companies have a say, that they have the say, and that we don't really question that too much. I think the generations are becoming a little more self-aware about that. But in Cream's case, it's kind of on the nose a little bit. It's kind of obvious how like easily manipulated they are. It's because it's a satire. It's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to show that. But yeah, that's Cream. That's all I really wanted to discuss. I wanted to discuss this because I do believe, like I said, this is kind of, I don't want to say a seminal piece of animation for the YouTube community. And it just is a lot about, you know, the philosophical questions behind it. It says a lot about how, like I said, innovation is often the enemy of a profit. And just how easily manipulated, you know, easily controlled the media is, and then vice versa, how easily controlled we are, how easily manipulated we are by the media, who is then controlled by the people who have all the money. And the people that have all the money Well, they want us to stay kind of down on ourselves. They want us to stay purchasing that super expensive private insurance, or needing to depend on these privatized companies. That's what they want, because that's what gives them the most money. They don't want to cure cancer because cancer is expensive. Things like that. But yeah, that's Cream. Please, 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 please go give it a watch if you made it this far into the video. Give it a like. Because that was pretty bare bones when it came to the story. And also, like, the animation's great, as you can see in this video. And I want you to, form your own interpretation of what Cream is. Because that other YouTube video I'm going to, put in the description of this video had a similar take, but also a very different take to mine. So if you have a take on Cream, 24 million people should, please leave a comment on this video. And also, if you really liked it, leave it a like. Now, without further ado, here is a trailer for my current horror short film, Squid Boy. And as always, thank you for watching.